The MG Show. What real independent journalism looks like.
Smash that like for the MG Show. Subscribe now. Ring that bell. Let's go. Smash that like for the MG Show. Yeah. Let's
go. What you know you can't explain. But you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there.
Answer the question.
Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MG Show. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show.
Here already. People are here.
Wow, we're here. We're here on the show. The green room is cray-cray. We got a weird Yeti back there and a shady groove. And
I'm not the weird
welcome
one
to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's not me being weird, sir. Thank you so very much. We are here again today. Boy, oh boy, Jeff, you talk about Q-proofs coming at you fast and furious, and what it is that we have been talking about. What have we been talking about for a decade? Literally going on a decade now, everyone, to explain to you that there is a layer, a criminal layer to your society that is hidden from you, from all the powers that be. And we keep watching them one by one. The ones that won't call out, the ones that are hiding behind the curtain are your enemies. And look, Jeff, look at the landscape, sir. How many people are actually calling out our enemies? This show right here, ladies and gentlemen, I think is one of the only, if not the only show that is calling out the true enemy of America. And it is not Israel. I promise you that.
And look at the people calling out their enemy now that used to be in MAGA. They're calling out Donald J. Trump, which is their enemy. Do you guys get it yet?
Boom! One to one. Yeah. We are now in the environment. Remember whenever we talked about a long time ago that there's two parallel tracks to society, and at one point they're going to converge? This is that moment. This is the moment where if you agree and you've got your TDS, I don't care what the reason is you've contracted the TDS. Maybe you had some sort of, it doesn't matter. You got it. Now you got the TDS. And so your conversation is irrelevant. The MAGA train is loaded, ready for the long haul. There's no way you're stopping this from what we're doing. There's no way you're getting in the way of MAGA, no matter how inflamed your TDS is.
And you know, I was just going back and forth on somebody on X underneath what we're going to talk about today, which is huge, guys. It's very pesky. And he's like, I've been waiting, 10 years for arrest. I go, stay tuned. It's going to happen. It's like, And I go, besides, the first term of Donald Trump was actually infiltrated. Okay. Now all of those infiltrators are now podcast people. Okay. or managing or controlling podcast people like, Roger Stone, InfoWars, General Flynn. They're all anti-Trump, okay? Because Flynn got fired by Trump in 23 days. Let's not forever forget that. And all these people are actually going after their enemy. They took over our movement. They took over Trump's cabinet in order to stop him from what was coming. And nothing can stop what is coming. Why? Because you held the line. You people, you amazing people, patriots out there, knew that Trump was doing the right things, but he got stopped at every corner. So now we got loop 2, okay? Here comes Donald Trump with his own cabinet. I've only been to Washington, D.C. 17 times, and look what's happened. And now I know who's who in the swamp. He has his own cabinet. It wasn't put there by Reince Priebus and Chris Christie and Mike Pence, okay? It was put there by Donald Trump because he knows. He put his people in there. So now the Q posts are actually, even to the date, lining up to what's happening today, as opposed from, like, for example, we're going to go over a post from 2019 that is now relevant today. Shady.
Yeah, because why? The reason that it's relevant today is because what we consider to be a future proves past reality. This is what we were told would happen, and all the people that are doing what you're saying, the people, you have to take them with a grain of salt. These people that are coming out and they are trying to sow cynicism into your life. They're trying to sow the black pill. When we say black pillars, we're talking about the cynics. The cynics were there. The cynics have been there your whole life. They're the people that tell you not to go vote. They're the people that tell you your country doesn't mean anything. They're also the people that tell you it's time to burn it all down, don't they? Isn't that what they say? They're always like, oh, it's worthless. Israel controls everything. Let's just burn it all down. That, my friends, is a communist. Any human being saying that about America, that's a communist, because America protects the innocent. America doesn't capitulate to the powerful. And the person that's saying it's time to burn it down is a powerful person trying to burn stuff down that means something to you. It's your responsibility to stop it.
Yeah. And this is exactly what we're talking about. Q post proven correct. Q was Trump's playbook. Check. They never thought she would lose. Check. Super duper pesky. Check. Hashtag winning. Check. They hate to see it. Check. And then boom, Shady.
Yeah.
This is it. This is it. All right, so really that was from Rebel Valkyrie, a.k.a. Chrissy Page. Thank you so much for that. We love you guys. So, we're just trying to figure all this out, guys, with you. And it's amazing how we've been correct. So let's just kind of go into it. This is the article from Data Republican. It dropped at 5:27 p.m. I didn't see it until later last night, so I didn't get a chance to actually look at it. But basically, this is the shadow cabinet of Soros. Okay, this is the story of the National Security Action, a secretive Soros NGO. 10 days after Trump's inauguration, a former Pentagon official publicly floated the military coup in Foreign Policy magazine. Within a year, she was advising a new Soros-funded organization that quietly assembled 70 former Obama national security officials under one roof. 46 of them went on to be staff in the Biden administration, including the Secretary of State, CIA Director, DNI, NSA, and UN Ambassador, and including his press secretary, okay, Jen Psaki from Arabella Advisors, okay, 1630 Fund. So they were a primary funder, the Open Society Action Fund. The same women simultaneously sat on the funder's board and that the organization's advisory council. She co-founded the Transition Integrity Project and spent 14 years at New America developing doctrine on military refusal of orders. Read it here. So let's, I need to kind of go down over here. Read it here. Okay. So this is it, Shady Groove. This is the article that she wrote. You want to go through it real quick and kind of go over some of this?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So this is the shadow cabinet of Soros. Let me make it bigger so I can get most of this on the screen. How's that?
And I'd like to just add before you go into it that what you're seeing here is what you have to understand is whenever we're talking about the people on this side, we're now in a different conversation because there's no difference between the Megyn Kellys of the world, the Tucker Carlsons, and Marjorie Taylor Greenes, Candace Owens, all these people that have stood up and come out against you as MAGA. You have to understand that these people are not like independent. They're not out there on their own coming up with their own thoughts. They're the mockingbird media that has embedded itself to our side to make it look like it's an AstroTurf movement walking away from Donald Trump. This is exactly what they did to this broadcast, to us, because they had all of these people that were acting like they liked our content and were curious about, that literally thought that they were, made us think that they were interested in the truth. Whenever we started to tell the truth, they took all of their people and went home. This is exactly what's happening right now. They think that at the end of the day, they think this group that Jeff's getting ready to show you with their minions think that they can move this country away from Donald Trump and MAGA. Mm-hmm. And they have until the midterms to prove it. So this is the moment. This is the moment that, I'm not interested in arrests. I'm interested in winning. I'm interested in getting these states redistricted. I'm interested in getting Dominion or whoever is doing the voting shenanigans exposed. And this right here is exposure. And this is exposure that's a future-proof pass that you're going to see after he goes through this.
Oh, so you gave it away.
Foreshadow.
He gave it away. So let's just go into it. By the way, this is Q's post on 1356, May 13th, 2018. National Security Action Org. Who we are, the shadow government, guys. Oh boy, wow. So I actually might have actually done a whole thing on this. Oh, let me see what we saw it live. These are my posts from 5/19. Okay. Look at this. It was also on Mother's Day. Okay, guys, this was on Mother's Day. Q alert 519. Q posts a link to the National Security Action website, Who We Are page. Okay, so I actually have it archived because we did it in real time, Shady. Pretty interesting, huh? Right here. So you're talking about all these people fired, and then where did they go? They went to the National Security Org, Who We Are. So this is it. This is right here. Okay, so go down there. And then you got Anon posts the pics of people pictured, Who We Are section. Q responds, well done, Anon. Q. Okay? There they are.
The whole list.
So why are we so censored? And now it's a major news from Data. And God bless Data Republican. She's doing great, okay? Look at this. Loop. Q. Security Action Group says Loop Q. Look at that. Who we are. So remember that goes into possibly, why are the D's so Fed nominations? Okay, watch what happens. Q confirms shadow government. Okay, guys, the shadow government. That's the actual last post on that. But very interesting that this is a pesky Q proof, guys. Why did they want my account off X?
Why do they still want it off?
Why do they still want it off?
Why is it that every single day that our accounts are losing people in the network, and all of these other people that are posting about different things that have to do with Q that are irrelevant are getting amplified?
Yeah. Pretty interesting.
They're because they're trying to mislead you. They cannot have it both ways. You understand this, right? You can't have Q be what Q is and Donald Trump be what Donald Trump is in the world where you're trying to convince people to stop listening to Donald Trump.
Yeah. And, this is a post on the same day, May 13th, 2018. And I want you guys to apply this to people that you watch on, other than the MG show. No, I'm just kidding. You challenge us too, because we appreciate it. Trust must be earned. Trust is not blind, nor is truth. We fight every single day on behalf of you, the people who put us here. We knew this day would come. We will never forget. Do not glorify us. We are merely the vehicle. You are what matters. You are hope. You are love. You are peace. Stay united. Stay together. Stay strong. This is bigger than any one person or entity. You are fighting for truth collectively. Will of the people. Trust in yourself. That choice to know will always be yours. God bless you all. Where we go one, we go all. And that's Q plus, Shady.
That right there is our creed. That right there that post belongs to this show. That post is what this show was created to do, is to follow the truth. Not narratives, not psychobabble, not Freemason secret society nonsense, Not, oh, it's the Jews nonsense. Not, oh, Thomas Massey's the next leader of the world nonsense. All of this crap that they're throwing at you is to distract you from that post right there. You are either in a truth movement or you aren't.
Yeah.
Period. And if you as a human being want to know the truth, then you are on a different path than almost 90% of the people around you. And to some degree, that's exactly what it is, that the people that are on the path to find the truth are the people that we're looking for here. Yeah. Because the truth is very, very belligerent and it's hard to hear. And I bet every single person here at some point that's out there listening right now at some point has heard something from this show that you did not like and you did not want to deal with and you did not want to interface with. But when you did, you realized that there was more to it than what you had hoped there was.
And check this out, Shady. 1359 is on guard. Look at that. Oh, look. There's Iran deals.
Interesting timing.
Yeah. And, you know, yes. But look at this, guys. On guard. Could it be the Revolutionary Guard Corps? Pretty interesting. Loop. And then we talked about Loop Capital. That could be, you know, just a theory, right? But this is interesting. Jim Reynolds is from Loop Capital. Reynolds is a bloodline as well
that we've discussed.
Pretty interesting. And
it's interesting to see that the threads are working.
Yeah.
That's amazing. This is a miracle, guys. Like the threads are now functional, whereas it looked like they had broken them all up.
That's right. Yeah. Stay the course. Stay the course. Wow, guys. It's just crazy to see these threads, guys. And you can now search on my timeline for threads, okay? And they're all here. I did these in real time. This is real time, guys.
As it was happening, like literally as Q was posting, and then as people were bringing information, there's Clinton and Kimmel having themselves a pickle.
Pickle talk. Pickle. But it looks like we have come full circle, guys. Loop 2.
Everything that's turning out now, it's amazing. That's come full circle. Boy, have they committed a lot of atrocities when you look. Right? How would you look? Have they done things that are wrong? But remember this, not only
pretty interesting.
Over and over and over.
Yeah. So we have come full circle, Shady, literally. All right, so where are we? Let's get back to this Q-proof. Pesky. Compliments of the Data Republican, and she's amazing, okay? Inside the Soros-funded nonprofit that they handpicked Biden's national security team. We saw this in real time, guys, okay? It started in, National Security Action at a glance. It was established in February 2017 by Ben Rhodes, a former national security advisor in the Obama White House, and Jake Sullivan, a national security advisor to former President Joe Biden. Rhodes and Sullivan were key figures in establishing the Obama administration's 2015 Iran nuclear agreement. Sullivan later served as senior advisor to Hillary Clinton in her 26 failed campaign bid. The National Security Action was designed as an advocacy group that could lobby and engage in political activity and created to those who oppose foreign policies of the Trump administration. For those, Sullivan and Rhodes have been critical of Trump. Sullivan said, quote, "We have a president who is erratic on the world stage, escalating conflicts and belligerently threatening war, even a potentially catastrophic nuclear conflict in the Korean Peninsula." The NSA co-chair Ben Rhodes previously claimed that a group was a temporary organization and it would plan to dissolve in 2021. And as of 2023, the organization appears to be defunct and has dissolved. So this is George Soros is a primary funder, okay? They also were funding the redistricting committee, okay? You guys have been hearing about all these redistricting maps, guys?
We're redistricting. They're redistricting right now, sir.
Yes.
Because it was illegal.
Yeah. So grant activity. Look at this. 8 million. So Open Society, Plowshares funds, more. The Partnership Project Action Fund. These are them, guys. This is them. Look at that.
These are them.
This is the shadow government. The shadow government. The shadow government, guys.
The one that we warned you about.
In 2019, May. 13th, 2019. Yeah.
The same one that brought you Marjorie Taylor Brown. The
There's
same
a
shadow
post that called her a rising star, which is very interesting.
It is interesting. It's the same one that brought you Candace Owens. Remember the whole thing?
Yeah.
Jeff, do you remember
Let's get back into this, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like the shadow, you're talking about this whole entity and it's in media and it includes all sides of it. And the media aspect of this is very important. The context of what they were trying to do during this time. What I was going to remember was the Kanye West, Nick Fuentes, Milo fiasco. Do you remember when that happened? It happened like after Donald Trump was out and they were bringing him down to Mar-a-Lago and they're attempting this assimilation. They're attempting this coordination on both sides. So all they can do is confuse as many people as possible. Their intent is to confuse every single one of you. And that's why that's what they're doing with the money that they get from this guy.
Well, and then you got like CNN saying, everybody thinks that Trump's assassinations were staged. Who does that remind you of, Flynn Network? InfoWars Flynn Network?
It's like they're not a conspiracy theorist until it's convenient to be a conspiracy theorist, right?
That's right.
Opportunistic.
So let's go back to the pesky shadow government Q-proof that Data Republican just hit on the 11th, which is last night at 5:30. And now, I retweeted it yesterday, Shady, to make sure I came back on it because I knew that this was a pesky Q-proof. Here we go.
Yep.
So on January 30th, 2017, 10 days into the Trump presidency, Rosa Brooks published an article in Foreign Policy titled 3 Ways to Get Rid of President Trump Before 2020. Okay. This is the article here. Wow. Why you need to read the 25th Amendment. That also is Q post. So be careful what you wish for, right? Was the 25th Amendment. Okay. So then she outlined 4 scenarios: removing the new president from office, impeachment, the 25th Amendment, cabinet revolt, and a military coup. Of the last option, Brooks wrote that it was a possibility that until recently, I would have said the unthinkable in the United States of America. Brooks went from a former counselor to the Undersecretary for Defense for Policy at the Pentagon, where she reported to Michael Flournoy from 2019 to 2011. Before that, she served as special counsel to the president at the Open Society Institute. That's even a deeper connection, not even just the funding, right? They got the people there. The predecessor's name for George Soros' Open Society Foundation. Okay, that's Michael Flournoy. After leaving government, she went to Georgetown Law, where she holds the Scott K. Ginsburg Chair in Law and Policy. Within the same year of her article, again, we're talking about this article right here. Oopsie. This article was written on January 30th, 2017. Wow. Yeah.
That would have been 10 days after Trump's original inauguration.
Yeah. So within the same year of our article, the new organization was quietly incorporated, National Security Action, which was incorporated in 2017 and launched publicly on February 8, 2018. Its co-chairs were Ben Rhodes, Obama's deputy national security advisor, Jake Sullivan, who would become Biden's national security advisor, Rosa Brooks, who sat on its advisory council. So did approximately 60 other people. 88.6% of them are Obama administration alumni. The organization's primary funder was the Open Society Policy Center, a Soros family 501c4. Brooks also served on the board of the Open Society Foundation's U.S. programs. The upstream grant-making entity within the name Soros Network, was financing the organization whose advisory council she had joined. That's kind of like self-dealing there, if you ask me, as far as IRS goes, right? Mm-hmm. This is the story of that organization, the roster. And Shady, do you have this open so you can read too?
Yeah.
Okay. The roster, and I'll kick it over to you in a second, okay?
All right.
Because this is important, guys. We dug on this back in 2019.
And yeah, all these names should be familiar to you.
Yeah. National Security Action launched with approximately 70 people. The 60 advisory council members and 10 staff. Its advisory council included Tony Blinken, who's a payseur, by the way, Avril Haines, William Burns, Susan Rice, Samantha Power, Linda Thomas Greenfield, Dennis McDonough, Alejandro Mayorkas, Wendy Sherman, Wally Adiemo, Kurt Campbell, Colin Call, Kathleen Hicks, and John Feiner. Tom Donilon, Obama's former national security advisor, served on the advisory council. 46 of the 47 roster members, that's 65.7%, received Biden administration appointments. Sullivan became the national security advisor. Blinken became the Secretary of State. Burns became the CIA director. Haynes became the director of national intelligence. Power ran U.S. aid. Thomas Greenfield became a UN ambassador. McDonough ran the VA. Mayorkas ran DHS. Spiderweb, guys. Spiderweb of control, Shady. That's what this is.
It absolutely is.
Julia Ioffe reported for Puck News on May 7th that the organization has been funded largely by Alex Soros since its inception. She called them the Biden Bros, but Biden contributed 5 or 6 actual loyalists to the 60-person advisory council. The other 54 were Obama alumni, maintained between administrations by Soros money. These are the Soros boys. They have been since the beginning. The pipeline, Shady.
Yeah, and isn't it very interesting to kind of remember whenever Q made the remarks about Alex Soros and George Soros's funds being moved? I find that a little bit interesting connected to this too. The 12 months and 11 days from January 20th, 2021 to January 31st, 2022, Kathy Russell oversaw every senior appointment in the federal government. Make sure you understand. Look at that, guys. These people were hands-on. This is the Biden administration, quote unquote, auto pin. As director of the White House Presidential Personnel Office, she oversaw
and
the
by
selection.
The way, Russell is a bloodline too. Go ahead.
Correct. Oversaw the selection of every cabinet secretary, deputy secretary, assistant secretary, NSC director, and ambassador. Russell is married to Tim Donilon.
Tom.
Tom. I said Tim?
Mm-hmm.
Tom.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I'm goofing up today a little bit today.
No,
there
I
is
did.
there.
I totally read that Tim. I think I saw the I in Donilon. It messed me up. Russell is married to Tom Donilon, the former Obama National Security Advisor who served on NSA Advisory Council. Between 10,
And there's the link. Sorry.
Oh, there's the link. Yeah. Between 10 and 14 members of this organization received senior national security appointments requiring her office's coordination during her tenure. No public record of formal recusal exists. Donilon simultaneously chaired the Black Rock Investment Institute while sitting on NSA's advisory council. His brother, Michael Donilon, served as senior advisor to President Biden until January of 24. Tom Donilon did not take a formal Biden administration position. His wife ran the office that selected the others. Caroline Tess ran
the wives.
NSA's day-to-day operations as executive director. She also led Biden-Harris transition team responsible for confirming national security cabinet secretaries. The person who ran the organization, whose members were being placed, also ran the process that placed them. She returned to NSA as, quote, interim executive director in 2021. Here is the money graphic from personal wealth. And I actually explained this. And here you see the 501c4. This is the reason that we want, you see in the second one there, right there with Alex Soros, the 501c4. We open that up to see where the money is coming from. You can actually know where the fraud is. The money came through a single chain, George Soros's personal wealth. Why did George Soros put all of his money into Vera? Flows into the fund for policy reform, a 501c4 with approximately $840 million in assets. I don't know.
I mean, this is a Q proof. This is a Q proof. So
let's
go to that.
Because it says like almost verbatim. It might even say the amount. Can't remember. It was very
17
specific.
Million?
Something was moved. Yeah, I mean, it talks about moving his account.
Yeah, why did Soros, let's see. Do you believe HRC, Soros, Obama have more power than Trump? Fantasy. Whoever controls the office of the presidency controls this great land. Why did Soros donate all of his money recently, Shady?
And what's the date of the post?
The date of the
That's
post
a very
is
early one, right?
10/28/20. It's Q
The
post
second
2.
post.
Yeah.
So 10/28/17. Now we're talking about this happening less than 6 months before this post was put up.
Yeah. Wow.
It's
And
not a
then-
joke.
And then let's keep going. I mean, because
Post 4.
this is don't fool yourself. Wow, guys. Okay. Why did
Who did the
Soros
Rothschilds
transfer
in
a
that
bulk
post?
of his public funds into a nonprofit? Note, this doesn't include massive slush funds that are pulled by several high-ups. This is the slush fund, or this is the NP nonprofit, Shady. We found it.
This is
Okay?
the 501c4 right there.
Yep.
We're talking about it.
Yeah. And then why did they have meetings with the Canadian PM? So why did Obama just go to the Canadian PM?
Why, Jeff?
Hmm.
Think they're trying to get their story straight?
Shadow government. Wow. And then there's also another post with that. Let's just keep going with the Soroses. What happens if Soros-funded operations get violent and engage in domestic terrorism? Are all controlled by 3 families. Soros is targeted. And then there's the one with his net worth, Shady, I think I wanted to find. But look at that, guys. Where does Soros fit in? Huh? What's going on?
Godfather
Institutes,
3.
foundations. Wow. Wow, guys.
And that was
Godfather 3.
Huma on that one. And look, these are all the very beginning posts. This
Here we
is the
go.
reason the left media was so animated about
Soros,
you.
6+ to 1 trillion. Okay, so plus, and plus. And if you recall, in Trump's first administration, the first what was it? Bailout for the people was 4 trillion. The second one was 2 trillion, and the third one was 700,000, which could be, you know, his wealth, because he donated a lot of this to 700 million. They donated a lot of it to that nonprofit. Wow, Shady.
Okay, stay right where you're at. So we got something else I just saw on this last night. So Scavino, I don't know, we didn't talk about this morning. There's so much going on, guys. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of this in real time. Scavino's post. Oh, which one was it, Jeff? It was the one where he had the North the song
Nusendorma?
it matched that plus. The post delta was plus 3, 2, 1. 3
Yeah.
pluses, 2 pluses, 1 plus, and then Q plus matches
Yeah, was
that
that 1,
post.
2, 3, 4? Yeah. I think I remember that. Yeah, I saw.
Okay, so that matches perfectly with the post you're just talking about. That's with the 3 pluses, 2 pluses, and 1 plus that he hit the delta last night for some reason.
Let me grab it. Hang on.
Not coming up. I wanted to show them.
I
think
got it.
Santa Surfing had it,
No,
or somebody did.
nope, not that one. I thought there was another one. Oh, well.
It is. Here it is. I got it.
Here it is right here. Oops. I can't
Okay.
play that because we'll get.
But the timestamp on that post is 124.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I needed. So now here we go. Go into post 124.
Okay.
And I got it. I'm flipping over to you guys right now. Here we go. Post 124. Look at this. This is inside the map.
Wow.
This is post 124, matching Scavino's timestamp with the post he just showed you. Plus Q.
Wow.
124. Timestamp Scavino. Now show the post you were just showing with George Soros. Sir, I'm going to back this off. And then there it is. The last one you were going through had all the pluses in it.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I went away from it. But yeah, there it is right here. Hard to
Here it
swallow. Important to progress. Who are the puppet masters? House of Sod. Plus 6 plus 4 trillion plus. Rothschilds 6 plus 2 trillion plus. Soros 6 plus 1 trillion plus. Focus on the above 3. Public wealth disclosures. False. Many governments of the world feed the eye. Think slush funds, feeder. Think war, feeder. Think environmental pacts, feeder. Triangle has 3 sides. Eye of Providence. Follow the bloodlines. What is the keystone? Does Satan exist? Does the thought of Satan exist? Who worships Satan? What is a cult? Epstein Island. What is a temple? What occurs in a temple? Worship? Why is a temple on top of a mountain? How many levels might exist below? What is the significance of the colors, design, and symbol of the dome? Why is this relevant? Who are the puppet masters? Have the puppet masters traveled to this island? When? How often? Why? Quote, Vladimir Putin, the New World Order worships Satan. End quote. Q.
So how are we doing? Wow. Are you guys seeing this? How are we doing? Like, look at the navigation tactics that are happening right now. Look at the way that all of the Thomas Massey people, the Marjorie Taylor Greens, they're all trying to distract you and tell you that there's something wrong with Donald Trump. They know that the midterms is the coffin nail for them. They all know this. That's why they're all working together. Just like Jeff said, Donald Trump is their enemy, and now they're perfectly acting as he is their enemy, which is exactly what we want. Don't be downtrodden because, my side's fighting each other. No. These people were never on your side, and they are not part of the silent majority in America. Even though they had voices that were pro-MAGA and have big audiences don't go along with the voices once the voice becomes an idiot.
Yeah. And I think what's interesting, too, is with that post saying 1 trillion and Soros gave away 70% and the money came through a single chain. George Soros' personal wealth flows into the Fund for Policy Reform, 501c4, with approximately $841 million in assets. So the numbers match even. The fund sends hundreds of millions annually to the Open Society Policy Center, also called the Open Society Action Fund. Alexander Soros sits on the board of both entities. The Action Fund distributes to NSA, National Security Action, $3.25 million in 2019, $1.5 million in 2021, $900,000 in 2023, and $1.5 million plus an additional $1 million in 2024. Total confirmed from the Open Society to NSA, $8.2 million, 67% of all documented grant revenue. Tom Perillo serves simultaneously as the executive director of the Open Society Policy Center as a member of the NSA Advisory Council. The organization, this entity, was funding. His tenure ran from November 2018 to July 14, 2023. During that period, the entity he directed issued millions to NSA, $1.4 million to Win Without War, and almost $2 million to Foreign Policy for America. And if you go right here, there's Win Without War right there. Okay. And then this is Open Society Action, 1 million here, 1 million there. And then look at the 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 point whatever million. Biden administration, 65.7% placement rate, guys, from the National Security Action. But it was dissolved. Okay. So let's keep going. Right here, Shady Groove. So Tom Perillo, okay, we talked about that. IOFI found the same wall of opacity. Nobody, not even the various comms people working for NSA, would tell me who is on the organization's board or confirm that the group's funding comes from Soros. Shady, what they did in office.
On August 26, 2021, a suicide bomber killed 13 American service members and 169 Afghanistan civilians at Abbey Gate during the withdrawal from Afghanistan. House Foreign Affairs Committee's investigation, led by Chairman McCall, found that Sullivan systematically exercised powers over the withdrawal process, with the NSC serving as the nerve center for critical decision-making.
Shadow government, bro. Wow.
Yes, sir. And look at what they did to our. Look at what they did. Look at by the way, the video has come out, Jeff, of all of the Taliban finding all of the stuff that we left them. I watched that video the other night. It's crazy. They're walking into the hangar. They're like, "Oh my God, we can't believe that they've left us all this stuff." It's insane what their perspective was. It wasn't like these people aren't like literally people living in mud huts. They're warlords. They're massive, mean, terrible, horrible warlords. And we handed them enough ammunition to never have to fire, never have to buy another round.
Wow. Jeez.
They did this on purpose. Mm-hmm. This is proving it right here. Man, this is so messed up, guys. This is messed up.
All right, let's keep going. Wow.
He systematically exercised his power over the withdrawal process, with the NSC serving as the nerve center for the critical decision-making. In other words, they were doing all of this on purpose. It wasn't a happenstance and fumbling and bumbling.
Substituting its judgment
for that of the State Department and Defense Department on decisions that these agencies were designated to make. Colin Kahl, who served as Undersecretary of Defense Policy during this period, appeared on the NSA's Advisory Council roster. And on October 7, 2023, this is very interesting too, by the way, Hamas launched its attack on Israel. The NSA, remember we talked about the CIA being in on this whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
The NSA alumni who occupied every senior intelligence and national security position in the United States government that morning included Sullivan as National Security Advisor, Blinken as Secretary of State, Haynes as Director of National Intelligence, and Burns as CIA Director. You think these guys were handling it, quote unquote?
Wow.
I mean, think about this, guys. You know, it's like everybody wants to say
and
that
they
it
came
was
out in
Israel.
front of America every day and acted like they didn't know.
Everybody, but they're also acting like it's Israel that did this.
Yeah.
They're acting like it was Israel that let them through. What if it wasn't?
Mm-hmm. It was these
What
guys.
if it was these guys?
It was.
At
It's looking like it is.
And everybody else is like screaming, oh, it's the Jewish people. It's Israel setting themselves up. Well, this is a good way to make it look like that, isn't it?
Yao Ming
Remember-
says this. Shady Grove says this is the systematic destruction of America from the inside out.
And I remember how Q explained to us that the clown networks can utilize infrastructure to make it look like that the Russians are hacking the CIA or to make it look like it's coming from Russia or whatever. They can make anything look like anything on paper. And it's up to us to get to the bottom of what the hell really happened. And your OCOM's razor is your best tool to understand that the most simple explanation is the most plausible.
Yeah. Wow.
This is insane.
wow.
This is going to lead right to their front door. You want me to
All
keep
right,
going?
let's keep going.
Okay. As of April 2026, a meeting at the Soros Fund Management, Rhodes confronted Sullivan about the aftermath. Loft reported that Rhodes suggested that Sullivan needed to reckon with the stain of that policy. A former senior State Department official told Puck, "This is the Jake and John show. Redux, and nobody I know is happy about it." That sounds a lot like Flynn Facts. The idea that the same foreign policy leadership that brought us the Afghanistan withdrawal and the cover-up of Biden's decline should be in charge of staffing the next Democratic administration and determining its foreign policy is tone deaf at best.
Wow.
The dissolution.
The dissolution?
Dissolution.
Dissolution?
The dissolution.
Dissolution. When Biden took office in January of 2021, NSA was supposed to be dissolved. Its people were in government. The outside organization was no longer needed. The IRS filings show what actually happened. Okay, and then she brings the sauce, Shady. Okay. These are the IRS filings. Okay, we're going to read her article again. In 2021, the dissolution year, the NSA received $1.5 million from the Open Society Action Fund. Tess was listed as the interim director, the first appearance of the interim designation in the filing record. In 2022, revenue dropped to zero, but NSA spent $660,686 burning the 2021 reserve. In 2023, Open Society sent another $900,000. Tess, now permanent executive director, was paid $267,000 for a full-time 40-hour work week. NSA spent $1.8 million, nearly double its revenue, with 23 information returns filed against the only 3 W-2 employees, suggesting up to 20 contractor engagements. The 2023 990 XML reveals where the money went. Event spending, $742,244. Double the 2024 budget events of $372,482. The primary active during dissolution was convening? Covening? Oh my God. The word NSA insiders use is hibernation. Puck confirmed the framing. NSA, the National Security Action, largely went into hibernation after Sullivan and Feiner entered government. Total received by NSA from its primary funder during the dormant period of 2021 to 2023 was $2.4 million. Shady, the reactivation.
In June 2023, Alex Soros formally took over the Open Society foundations from his father. He told the Wall Street Journal he was more political than his father. He sat on the boards of both upstream entities in NSA's funding chain. the Fund for Policy Reform, and the Open Society Policy Center. On July 14th, 2023, Tom Perello exited the Open Society Policy Center, and 3 weeks after Alex's takeover. Between May and November of 23, 4 NSA-adjacent personnel left the Biden administration. Susan Rice departed the White House in May. Colin Cowell left the Pentagon in July. Wendy Sherman left state in July. And Tom Nides left ambassadorship that summer. All 4 exits predate October 7. They left as Biden's polls were collapsing, and in March of 23, Monmouth found that 44% of Democrats wanted Biden to step aside. By August, AP NORC poll found roughly 3/4 of the public, including 69% of Democrats, said that Biden was too old to be effective for a second term. The relaunch, February 5, 24, was a press release for a decision already made. Caroline Tess issued a statement, quote, "Our goal was to put ourselves out of business, and to a great extent we did. Yet today, the dire threat of a second Trump administration necessitates that we once again mobilize." But Tess's full-time $267,000 salary for all 23 confirms the operation was running from January at minimum and 13 months before any public announcement. The Harris pivot. 2020, George Soros.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You can go.
In 2020, George Soros poured roughly $50 million into Democratic efforts, a record at the time. For Biden's re-election, the family's direct support was conspicuously modest. And on June 30, 2023, George and Alex Soros each gave the legal maximum of $6,600 to the campaign, then $250K to the Biden Victory Fund. I could not find any direct check, but the larger machinery, $60 million, routed through Democracy PAC in January of 24, backed the party's infrastructure and not the president personally. On July of 24, Biden dropped out. Within hours, Alex Soros posted endorsing Kamala Harris. Democracy PAC sent $10 million to Future Forward, the primary pro-Harris super PAC. The pivot was instant.
Wow.
Harris had no independent national security bench, no Ben Rhodes, no Jake Sullivan. Of the NSA members who left the Biden administration before its end, 7 joined the Harris campaign. Bill Gordon, NSA Advisory Council member, became Harris's national security advisor, a role he had held since her vice presidency. Colin Call participated in debate preparation while Tom Nides advised the campaign.
Wow. And she's got it all sauced, guys. Wow. Okay. The 2 security actions. At 1 Thomas Circle Northwest, Suite 700, Washington, D.C., the offices of the Center for Internal Policy, there existed a 501c4 called New Security Action. Filing, IRS returns under that name since 2009. It's stated in the mission, quote, building public support for progressive national security policies. How's that working out for you guys, huh? How are national security policies from these progressive guys? Has it been working out good? October 7th, the Kabul airport. I mean, you guys suck, guys. You're not very intelligent, are they, Shady?
No, I mean, they had them building nukes in Korea and nukes in Iran, and they weren't doing anything about it. Matter of fact, they might have been building it.
In February of 2018, Rhodes and Sullivan incorporated National Security Action. One word different. Same funder, same policy space, same building. Okay? Then we just, I just showed you all that. Okay?
But probably not the same.
Yeah. But not the same.
Right.
National Security Action. There it is. There's the address. Okay, Washington, D.C. Very interesting. Climate change. In 2020, the original New Security Action, formally rebranded. The IRS filing reads, quote, Win Without War, FKA, New Security Action. Win Without War's IRS registered name remains New Security Action to this day. A 2023 MoveOn.org grant lists the recipient as Win Without War, doing business as National Security Action. Wow, guys. Look at these people. Like, you want this person governing anything? Move on.
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole left wants, that they want their king, bro.
Jesus. Win Without War was founded in 2002 as project of the Center for International Policy. Stephen Miles was CIP's program director in 2017 and 2018, then became Win Without War's executive director and later president. The organizational bridge between the parent and the spinoff.
Win Without War sounds a lot like infiltration. It sounds a lot like what communism does.
Mm-hmm. Open Society funded both organizations, $8+ million to National Security Action, $1.4+ million to Win Without War. Open Society gave Win Without War's parent, CIP, $3+ million.
Well,
in October of 2025, that was just recently, Win Without War, the organization's legally named new security action, launched the Not What You Signed Up For billboard campaign on military bases. Okay? Look at that. Wow.
ain't that something?
Directing service members to question their orders in partnership with the National Lawyers Guild's Military Law Task Force.
Well,
1 month later, what?
Doesn't that sound a lot like Mark Kelly and
Oh, it is.
Slotkin and all those people?
It's exactly who it is.
No, just because they're subversives and they're going out leaking classified information, trying to undermine the president from the position of ex-CIA.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Come on, stop it.
You're getting over your skis here.
1 month later, on November 18th, 6 Democrat lawmakers released a full video telling active duty troops, our laws are clear. You can refuse. Wow.
Illegal orders. Yeah, you can refuse illegal orders. Yeah, good plan. Yeah, but this is how you destabilize. There's never been an institute or anything ever to say anyone has the ability to refuse illegal orders, guys. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm actually going to go ahead and play the video when we get it here.
Okay.
But wow. Get your ring. Ring.com. Use code MG Show. Get him.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative Chris DeLuzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
And the intelligence community.
Who take risks each day
To keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
And intelligence community professionals
against American citizens.
like us. You all swore an oath
To protect and defend this Constitution.
And right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad.
But from right here at home.
Yeah, they
Our
are.
laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law.
Or our Constitution.
We know this is hard.
And that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
In the Army.
Our Navy,
The Air Force.
Your vigilance is critical.
and know that we have your back.
Because now, more than ever,
The American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws.
our Constitution,
And who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
don't give up.
don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
Give it up. How about them give it up, Shady?
The one lady's literally married to Jake Sullivan,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they don't have the same name or the
All right,
same last name.
Let me quickly just go ahead. So that was the video. One of those 6 lawmakers was Rep. Maggie Goodlander of New Hampshire. She is married to Jake Sullivan. And then we'll come back in hour number 2 to talk about the echo chamber. You're going to love this, Shady Groove. And this is a Q-proof. This is a pesky Q-proof. We knew about this on May 13th, 2019, Shady.
We did, and actually all of the people that have stayed with us and watched this unfold for the last 8 years, it's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible that we are finally into a point. This is, listen, set aside your expectations. Your expectations don't mean anything. What means something is how we expose them and how we run these people through the meat grinder. And what all the people that are naysaying voices right now are trying to do is they're trying to make it look like Donald Trump is not strong, so that whenever these people go through the meat grinder, it hurts less. Don't bite into the psyop. Don't believe, don't drink the Kool-Aid, because this is exactly what it is that we knew that these people would do. And I believe personally that this is the reason that Q started to post to begin with.
That's right. Somebody says, I thought Sullivan was gay. And would it matter if he was or not?
I'm pretty sure they
come
don't
on,
really care
Angry,
about
get
stuff
happy.
like that.
Let's get happy, Angry Hot Dog. Get happy.
Angry hot dogs making gay slurs.
Angry Hot Dog.
I think I see a pattern.
And please share this show with Data Republican, guys. We're covering her thread. It's amazing. And she did a great job. We'll be right back after this beautiful boom messages with more.
It's finally here, our second annual mega sale. This sale only comes around once a year, so take advantage of the best offers ever while you can. For example, save 50% on our Giza Dream bed sheets, as low as $29.98. And for the first time ever on TV, My Pillow mattresses and My Pillow mattress toppers, as low as $99.98. And you save 50% on our Lux Pure 6-piece towel sets, regular $69.98. Now only $39.98. And our best-selling standard My Pillows, regular $49.98, on sale for $17.98. Wait on it, mega sale only $14.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. But wait, there's more. To make the mega sale even more special, when you order right now, your order's going to ship absolutely free.
Hello to all of you beautiful patriots out there.
First of all, let me just thank you all for supporting this show. We wouldn't be here without you. But I have a huge announcement regarding donations.
It has come to our attention that using the Rumble app is taking an additional 30% of your donation to the show.
Let me explain. According to our TOS, Rumble takes 20% of all donations made through the web browser.
And that's a 20%. It's a good deal if you consider other platforms like YouTube and such.
There is a hidden cost that we just found out. For example, we received the generous $500 donation from Spill Tea, and thank you so much for that, from the Rumble app on Apple. So Rumble took 20%, and Apple took an additional 30%. We brought that to Rumble, and they said, well, Rumble's take of tips and donations is 20%. That's if the transaction is done through the web browser. If using the Android or iOS app, it's an additional 30% collected by those platforms.
So please use the web browser to make your donations to the show and avoid the hidden fees by Apple and Android.
That's right. You can also support us at GiveSendGo/HelpMGShow, mg.show/donate. We have PayPal and Cash App. Both are at RealMGShow or $RealMGShow. Please help us out. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
The MG Show. Not funded by dark money, but funded by listeners like you.
Smash that like for the MG Show. Subscribe now. Ring that bell. Let's go. Smash that like for the MG Show. Yeah. Let's go. The fight ain't over yet. Smoke clearing. Logo switching. Welcome to the real alternative. They try to bury the truth in the $1 billion grave. Sandy Hook judges liquidate, enslave. Alex went down swinging, but the message don't die. Now the matrix is cracking and the people ask why. Trump called him out cold on Truth Social Blast. Low IQ nut jobs fighting them in the past. From the ashes of Austin, new voices ignite. Jeffrey and Shannon holding the line. No sponsors pulling strings, no globalist chains. Just raw, uncut truth running through your veins. MG Show, hey, the alternative. Info wars gone, but we still live. Truth bombs dropping, red pills flying high. Wake up America, this is your battle cry. MG Show, hey, turn it up loud. From the heartland to the crowd. They can't cancel the message, can't kill the fight. We the people, we the light. Hey. Border invasion, deep state games. Old guard flipped on Trump when the pressure came. Were they MAGA all along or infiltrators in disguise? Talking 25th Amendment, pushing Iran lies. Trump's back in the game, steering America first. Jeffrey and Shannon breaking it down till the job is done. No more filters, no more controlled op lies. We expose the pedals in their suits and ties. That's going crazy. The real norm is away. Type MG in the comments, seal your face.
InfoWars is dead.
InfoWars is dead. But freedom's just getting started. Smoke rising, new era, new guard. The matrix is glitching, we hit 'em hard. Trump called, the flip, expose the game. Infiltrators scatter when they hear his name. MG Show, hey, the alternative. InfoWars gone, but we still live. Truth bombs dropping, red pills flying high. Wake up America, this is your battle cry. MG Show, hey, turn it up loud. From the heartland to the crowd. They can't cancel the message, can't kill the fight. We the people, we the light. InfoWars is dead. Long live the MG Show. Jeffrey and Shannon side by side. Real MAGA warriors, no place to hide. Drop the link, share the stream. This is the alternative. Let's go.
Boom. InfoWars is dead. Rumble.com/MG Show is where you can see our faces for radio. But hey, Spotify. Get over to Spotify. They gave our account back. We got it back. We got it back on Spotify. mgshow.link/Spotify. Also, Shady Groove, we had another weekly roundup of our shows that came out on Substack, Shady Groove. Did you guys get your Substack emails? Press 17 if you got your Substack emails.
I got mine. I'm hoping that there's nobody here that didn't get theirs, but there might be a number of people here that don't have email, Jeff. You know, like sometimes, you know, like when there's Democrats out there that can't get ID. I think there might be patriots that don't have an email address, but somehow they ended up at rumble.com watching this show. I can't figure it out. So whatever email address you use to sign up for rumble.com, you can use to sign up for this awesome newsletter right here.
That's right. We got 5 likes, 3 comments, and 3 reposts. Link, thank you. C Page, thank you. And D, thank you guys so much for giving us some shout outs for the Al Gore rhythm. I actually had to like my own posts to make it 5, Shady.
All right.
But guys, will you guys please help us out? Please get on the Substack. Get in the Substack right now. Sign up for the email. Okay, copy. So you get, this is the book, this is the weekend review. It's really nice. It kind of shows you what's going on. Check it out. Pretty cool.
Gives you the links.
Pretty cool. Well, I didn't get there yet. Pretty cool. We got victories. MG Show back on Spotify after 5+ years of Media Matters censorship. We got a new app, app.mg.show, and the Rumble wallet support is flowing in. Thank you so much. The key takeaways, right? We got that. Full episodes. There's your full episode links, Shady Grove. And listen on Spotify. Please download the MG Show app.mg.show. You can support the show. 100% goes to us. mgshow.link/Rumble Wallet. Subscribe to this Substack so that you never miss these deep dives. Share this post. The more eyes on real alternative media helps us faster, guys, and the faster the Great Awakening accelerates. The booms are loud in this one, Shady Groove. Lot of booms.
Lots of booms.
Yeah. I'm embarrassed, but I don't know how to do it. Substack. You just, Lynn, it's okay. We understand that. Just go to substack.com. Make a quick little account with your email address, and then you've got an account. And then you can, check it out, make comments on this, hide your name, be anonymous, however you want to do it, and then sign up for our email so you get it as well. We've got 1,100 plus emails so far, guys. Keep them coming. Keep subscribing to the Substack, and make sure you get over there and just, every now and again, just go start a Spotify podcast to help us out.
Yeah, this is really what we're trying to do, is we're trying to get back into all of the corners of the internet so that we can actually amplify this message, because what we now have is something different than what we had before. Yeah. What we now have is a place of sanity for people that are literally shredded to bits from all of the psychological operations on them, whether it be the Thomas Massey nonsense or the Epstein nonsense or the Israel nonsense, over and over and over. They're never, ever, ever telling you about the secret order. They're never, ever, ever talking about their secret society control over you. They never mention that their Templars are the Assassin Creed. They don't mention these things for a very specific reason. They need you chasing a ghost, okay? They call them Ghost Army. Why do they say that they're ghosts? Because they get on the internet and they trick you into thinking that your enemy, they get on the internet and they trick you into thinking that your friend is your enemy. We can talk about all the different stuff that we want to talk about the creation of Israel, the people that control Israel, Zionism, National Socialism, Nazism. We can talk about all of those different things and how they played a role in it. But what you cannot do right now is you cannot say that Israel is not an ally to America. Israel is 100% our only ally, really, in the Middle East that has built what we now consider a coalition through the Abraham Accords and a number of other agreements to have the Arab world co-function with Israel. We don't need the Arab world wanting to destroy Israel and Israel wanting to destroy the Arab world for infinity. That is what the New World Order wants. We're trying to stop that nonsense and bring some sanity to the conversation. And every single person that wants Armageddon is trying to do the opposite.
Dude, don't say Armageddon. You know, a little flash came up, and I'm like, Armageddon!
I had to put it in there. It lit up the whole thing. Exactly.
All right. Let's continue with this pesky Q-proof what's Data Republican is actually proving it out, and more, because more happened since Q posted it in real time on May 13th, 2019. Okay, and that was in my Q post threads, guys. So this is the echo chamber, Shady. In May of 2016, the New York Times Magazine. Oh, welcome, Stephanie. Good to see you here. Steph Anna is here. Love you.
$20 is $20.
$20 is $20. I know. And you know what? The word of the day. The word of the day is
baggage.
Okay. All right. We love you, Steph. The echo chamber in May of 2016. The New York Times Magazine published a poll of Ben Rhodes. Okay, published a profile of Ben Rhodes, aspiring novelist who became Obama's foreign policy guru. Okay, of course it's behind a paywall.
We don't want to read that shit anyway.
You get the idea. He admitted to creating an echo chamber to sell the Iran nuclear deal. Quote. Oh. So everybody's against Donald Trump, and it comes from foreign billionaire funding, you guys. Wow. Quote, we created an echo chamber. They were saying things that validated what we had given them to say.
Sounds a lot like Mockingbird Media stuff.
Well, I mean, is echo chamber in posts here, Shady Groove?
It is.
Let me just go to a new Q. Here we go. Q. Echo. Echo. Chamber. How many times? 12.
Only 12.
12. How many times? Can I yell into an echo chamber?
I don't know.
All right. Well, you're yelling a lot.
I'm sorry.
Echo chamber. So coordinated effort to silence, remove, notice a pattern. Echo chamber conspiracy. These people are sick.
Fact.
Wow. Look at this. Maddow, Nunez, and Trump. Maddow collusion crime. Trump. Rachel Maddow.
They're all trying to like act like the Adam Schiff memo is legit.
Right. Exactly. Echo chamber. Fake news equals enemy of the people. If all directions of the echo chamber, MSM, state the same thing, even if fiction or false, do most people consider it true, factual?
That's actually that's really good for people to understand right now. For you to realize that the way that everybody's trying to act like, oh well, my argument against Donald Trump is legitimate because of Israel, or my argument against Donald Trump is legitimate because of Epstein. This is exactly what that post is trying to tell you is going to happen. And literally, that's a warning right there. That's explaining to you that this is what's going to happen.
Yeti, you're funny.
Yeti had the wrong person on screen again, didn't he?
I was trying to lip sync for you.
You did good.
Okay. Fiction, false. Okay. Just kind of looking at some of these echo chambers to see if anything pops out. Oh, look. Echo chamber. By all the daily newspapers. Look at all the Trump ones. Oh, there's none.
Oh, there's not. There's MG show. We need to fix that meme.
MG show. That's right.
We're the only ones over there.
Echo chamber. Does this give rise to we are the majority? Define echo chamber. A metaphorical description of a situation in which beliefs are amplified or reinforced by communication and repetition inside a closed system.
Like
prior to new platforms, networks connecting people. Did the old guard have full control? Did the old guard learn from its mistake, 2016 election, and now tasking all new platforms, networks to censor? When you're awake, you can see clearly. And this show was censored, Shady.
Yeah, and it's still being censored.
Wow. All right, so going back to echo chamber. So Rhodes now simultaneously holds 5 positions, a co-chair of NSA, contributor to NBC News and MSNBC, co-host of Pod Save the World on Crooked Media. That's so funny. Founded by Obama White House communication staff. Okay, Crooked Media. Isn't that interesting? They tell you what it is. They have to tell you what it is. The Obama White House communication staff founded a Pod Save the World by Crooked Media. I mean, you can't make it up.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna go out and consume myself some crooked media.
Right?
Where do you come up with this nonsense?
Advisors to Foreign Policy of America, Ben Rhodes. There he is right there, Foreign Policy for America. Ugh. Register now. No, thank you. God, look at this guy. Jeez. Look at this
I will never forget the video. Remember the video with him sitting on the park bench after Donald Trump beat him in 2016?
Mm-hmm.
That was a great video, and they're still clamoring for relevance.
So here's the Pod Save the World. Look at that. They got it all deflated. They don't.
I was going to say the world looks a little deflated.
Yeah, it does. Jeez.
The golden age doesn't. The golden age globe does not look like that, sir.
No, it doesn't. Board member to Plowshares Fund. So this is the plowshares.org. Okay, chain reaction. Iran and upending the nuclear order. Purchase tickets because you can see these asshats talk about stuff. Jesus. Look at these people. Disgusting people. Ben Rhodes, there he is. Okay.
Boy, I sure like to be in a foxhole with those folks.
Yeah. Oh, God. Those aren't pillows. So he's a board member of the Plowshares Fund, which gave NSA $75,000 in 2020 and received $300,000 from Open Society Action Fund in 2024. Now, that's almost self-dealing, guys. I mean, that in and of itself could be illegal. Okay.
Almost. Hell, I mean, my God, bro.
At no point in his cable news appearances is Rhodes routinely identified as chair of the National Security Action. He's identified as former deputy national security advisor, his government credential, not his current advocacy role. A search for national security action across 1,600 transcripts from Brookings, Carnegie, CSIS, and the Council on Foreign Relations, Heritage, and dozens of other think tanks returns 0 results. Center for American Progress appears 28 times. CNAS appears 6 times. NSA, the organization that placed 46 people in the Biden administration, appears 0 times. Its co-founders appear in over 70 transcripts combined. The organization does not exist in the public record of Washington's foreign policy conversation. Rosa Brooks and the 3-stage pipeline. Okay. So now we got Rosa Brooks, Georgetown Law. She was with the Pentagon from 2009 to 2011 under Flournoy. OSF Special Counsel pre-2009, Georgetown ongoing. So this is the timeline. January, foreign policy, 3 ways to get rid of President Trump. And then the 2021 plus Biden administration, 40 plus NSA members put in government. The doctrine, seat 1, okay. Soros 2 million. This is a senior fellow, future war program, 14 years on civil military relations and refusal doctrine. Seat 2, OSF U.S. program. So these are the boards that she's on, guys, okay? She's on the OSF U.S. programs board member, directed money to the organization she simultaneously advised and co-founded, $8 million to NSA alone.
Reminded me of the QPO Civilian Military Alliance.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Seat 3, personnel, NSA Advisory Council member. She assembled the roster that staffed Biden administration 45 plus placements. And seat 4, War Games, TIP co-founder, War Gamed Military Refusal of Elections. 100 participants, 90 unnamed.
That's interesting too. Military refusal of elections.
Yep.
Isn't that interesting?
Military refusal of elections. Yeah.
Weren't they telling us the military is going to take over our elections?
Who was telling you that, Shady?
It was this whole group of numbnuts that are now telling me that Donald Trump is controlled by Israel and is afraid of Epstein.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah, they seem to get it wrong like all the time.
So one person held all 4 seats simultaneously. One funder behind all 4 organizations. That's pretty huge, guys. So then the 4-stage pipeline, stage 0, theorize New America, that article, okay, about in 2017, foreign policy, 3 ways to get rid of Trump. Stage 1, assemble. NSA, late 2017, the Open Society Foundation funds it. Stage 2, rehearse. National Security Action, 2019 to 2020. Stage 4, place. 2020 election, transition integrity project, Biden administration, 2021. Same funder at every stage, George Soros's Open Society Foundations. TIP, right here, if you look at this National Security Action, had 100 participants, only 10 names are public. Given Brooks bridged all 4 organizations, how many of the unnamed 90 were also NSA Advisory Council members? Now, bridge, okay? Think bridge. They bridge. My God.
Exactly
Shady.
what I went to. Think bridge.
Wow.
I'm going to get it already.
Okay. So Brooks, January 2017 article did not exist in isolation. It described a capability she would spend the next 3 years helping to build. In late 2017, she joined the advisory council of the organization assembling the personnel for NSA. She simultaneously sat on the board of an entity funding it, OSF US programs, which sent $4.9 million to NSA. Then in late 2019, she co-founded the Transition Integrity Project with Nils Gilman of the Berggruen Institute, the operation that war-gamed scenarios in which the military and federal institutions would refuse to recognize election results. TIP ran under the organizational umbrella of the Project Democracy. And there's Arabella Advisor comes in. Ian Basson's organization. Its war games ran the summer of 2020 with approximately 100 participants. Only about 10 names are public. The other 90 have never been disclosed. 3 seats, same years, same funder behind it all. The woman who publicly floated a military coup 10 days into Trump presidency was on to advise the organization assembling the national security state's next workforce, govern the board of the foundation paying for it, and co-found the project that rehearsed what the workforce would do if it didn't like the election outcome. Are they election deniers now, Shady?
I think so.
Wow. Shady, in his own words.
In my own words.
In his own words.
Yeah, I'm almost back there. I was like trying to find
in his own words, in May 2025, Rhodes spoke at a Courtney Institute of Democracy event. Okay. And at 1427, let's go to it.
Good evening.
14. Oops. Oh my God. 14. Okay. Let's check it out.
Bullying of the media. It's, hounding of political opponents. And so we're going to get the full experience this time. And that full experience is more likely, we didn't get a swing back. I mean, I don't think Joe Biden would have won the last election absent a pandemic. Even with that, he barely eked out a victory. It wasn't like a correction. And if we can withstand 4 years, and I'm obviously speaking from a partisan perspective here, I think the possibility of a swing in a different direction in this country and in other parts of the world is much greater than last time because we're going to go through the full experience. The question is, are we still here after that experience?
Right. Will it be too little too late?
Yeah.
And to the extent of
wow. Okay. So let's just go to this again. Go back over here. I don't think Joe Biden would have won the election absent a pandemic. Okay. Was it about the virus or the election? Even with that, he likely barely eked out a victory. It wasn't like a correction. And at 10:14, he says, let's go to 10:14. 10. Okay.
Free trade agreements and the Iraq War and some of the things that obviously generated anger. We, as the defenders of democracy, became defenders of a system that had lost a constituency.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay. So
basically saying you're representing no one. You're just pushing your own thoughts and feelings as policy and acting like someone supports you. You have no constituency, means you have no people that support your dumb rhetoric.
Yep. And she goes ahead and points to 1933 here.
In the same way, the opportunity in that is to build them differently. And I think where I've been critical of the Democratic Party, including the Biden administration, is there was kind of this desire to run it back. Play the old hits, talk about NATO a lot, that's not where anybody is, and so some of the young people in the room who I was talking to, when I was a young person going into this field in Washington, 25 years ago, I was going to operate within a set of institutions. Young people today are going to have to actually imagine a new U.S. government and a new set of international institutions. And a new set, and I believe a new set of negotiations with the Chinese and other countries about what international order replaces ours on climate, on technology, on nuclear weapons, on the main issues.
They tell you everything.
We're going to have to renegotiate the terms of international order.
And you know who was at Canada? Obama just this week, Shady, or last week.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. And when the clip, the very next clip is very, very interesting on a number of levels also.
Yep. And this is at 10:57. Let's go back to 10:57.
Pay attention. Pay attention to what he says here.
And nobody's getting this article. Please share this with Data Republican. We are going over it very, very carefully with all the sauce that she dropped. This is amazing.
Actually, I taught a class at USC a few years ago where each week we did a different autocrat. And it was meant to go through how the playbooks are similar, but slightly different flavors. And we did Orban, Putin, Trump. We also did Modi and Netanyahu and Erdogan and Bolsonaro, right? And the reason that's important is that that's global. That's not just Europe and the US, right? That's in every part of the world. And we did the Chinese. So we did 8 autocrats. I say that to make the point that we have to understand this as a global phenomenon that takes a certain form in the U.S. and Europe.
Wow.
Just look. Donald Trump is not an autocrat. Orban is not an autocrat. Bolsonaro, not an autocrat. Neither is Netanyahu or Modi, for that matter. Like, look at what he's doing there. Look at the way that they are categorizing people into their form of reference. It's like this is an internal thing. It's the way that they think about things, regardless of how things actually are. And whenever they talk to you, they talk in these echo chambers. And you can clearly see Calling Donald Trump an autocrat is ridiculous.
And, you know, in that entire speech, which was 62 minutes of direct remarks, Rhodes never once mentioned the shadow government, the National Security Action, guys. Not once mentioned it.
Not surprising.
So in May of 2026, Shady, he goes on and he told Axios, the two most interesting projects to think about are the pipeline of people who might work on campaigns and populate a Democratic administration, and then the ideas that can form a progressive or democratic foreign policy going forward. That is the product description from the manufacturer, Shady.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
2028.
Axios article right here. Wow. They're prepping for 2028, guys. And you guys, and nobody's even talking about it. Instead, we're worried about our feelings for Trump because InfoWars is dead. Instead, we're worried about Marjorie Trader Brown buying a house in Cayman Islands.
Yeah, but the thing is that the only people that are worried about that are the people that are trying to distract you. Everybody that is worried about those things are the people that are trying to distract you. They do not want you to pay attention. They do not want you to participate in what real conversation of your country. What we're trying to do with this show is we're trying to bring it down to the very brass tacks of what it is that we can actually, what it is that we can prove, and what it is that we know to be true, and what is still speculation that could one day be true, and what is complete crap that has absolutely no relevance whatsoever to anything that has to do with your future as an American and what it is our society is supposed to be. We do not want these people with their foreign monies. The number one thing that your founding fathers tried to stop was foreign influence of American policy, because they knew that if foreign influence were able to get the reins of government, the way government is structured, as far as the innocent until proven guilty, would protect foreign infiltrators just like it protects Americans. That was a problem. So they didn't want foreign people to be able to advise and counsel policy.
Oh my God. People are so lost in this movement, Shady.
The psyops are thick, man. They're so thick, and everybody is like chasing their tail, acting like, Donald Trump puppets Bibi Netanyahu. News says Bibi Netanyahu puppets Donald Trump. Every idiot that's an idiot that said, all of these things about General Flynn is a hero, they jump right on. The Liz Crokens, they're all all in on Candace Owens.
Yeah.
That goofy ass cowboy dude, Coey Griffin, the other day blocked me because of his Candace Owens stance. Like, these people are literal mental midgets. They do what they're told for clicks.
So in 2028, guys, here we go. Harvard Kennedy School and the Belfour Center now house Sullivan as the inaugural Kissinger New World Order professor. Nicholas Burns as the Goodman professor, Power, Sherman, Rice, Hicks, Sherwood Randall, and Ned Price as IOP interim co-director. 9 confirmed NSA alumni at one institution. Columbia SIPA has absorbed Wally Adeyemo and John Feiner, West Exec advisors, Shady. Co-founded by NSA members Blinken and Michelle Flournoy in 2017. And they have taken Adeyemo as a principal and Julie Smith as a senior advisor. In May of 2026, the NSA announced Matt Bitar as new executive director. Bitar came directly from serving as chief counsel and national security advisor to Senator Adam Schiff. Before that, he served on the Biden NSC and as senior director for the intelligence programs and then deputy assistant to the president. So this is Maher Biter? Maher? Yeah. Okay. How do you say his name, Shady? Bitar.
I don't know.
Bitar.
Bitar.
So an associate director for polling and outreach, salary $100,000 to $110,000, is being hired, explicitly tasked with building relationships with and conducting outreach to candidates and campaigns at congressional, state, and local levels. And then they have General Flynn probably say, hey, let's get this guy elected.
And I'd just like to point out what you were just reading there about Columbia. Like, that is where, remember all the Palestinian numbnuts?
Yeah.
At Columbia?
Right here, Columbia, SIPA. Look at it.
So that this is all the people that say Donald Trump is being puppeted by Israel, by the way, are pro-Palestinian, pro-Iran mullah, pro-Hezbollah, pro all of the stuff that all of the terrorist neocon supported. Every terrorist neocon regime built, every single neocon terrorist organization built are being supported currently by this shadow administration and also all of the woke Reich nonsense.
She was just served a subpoena.
I heard that.
Watching all these people. This is crazy.
Yes, sir.
My God.
I'm making excellent commentary on top of it.
I know. And then look, their logo is a crown. Isn't that great?
King.
Look at this. So let's watch this one more time. This is
George Soros is a king.
Here she is. George Soros paid for all this. This is our king. This is our, United Nations crap. This okay. Here, look at this. Did you see this? There's Hillary. Yay! There she is right there. And at Columbia SIPA, we are driving change through policy. Look at these people driving. I don't want this lady, I don't want any of these people near my policy. Especially this one, Shady. Look at.
We're driving people out of the library trying to learn stuff.
Jesus.
With Palestinian terrorists.
So in May 2026, NSA announced Mahar Bitar as the new executive director, came directly as serving, I already read it, an associate director for polling and outreach. I already read that one. NSA's website still lists no staff by name, no board members, no advisory council, and no annual report, no financial disclosures. A Hill Democrat told Puck, quote, they're all canceled and they don't realize it, end quote. A second, quote, power is never relinquished. It has to be taken. And right now, the legacy folks are holding it. The same 70 people, same funder, same hedge fund office, and a decade of and counting. One of them wrote about a military coup 10 days after the inauguration. Within a year, she was advising the organization that assembled the replacement of government. Within 3 years, she was wargaming how to make the institutions refuse to certify an election. She held a seat on the board writing the checks the entire time. The woman who oversaw every senior national security appointment in the Biden administration was married to an advisory council member of the organization whose members she was appointing. The man who ran the Soros checkbook sat on the advisory council of the organization his entity was funding. The woman who ran the organization also ran the transition process that placed its members in government. The co-founder who built an echo chamber to sell the Iran deal chairs the organization, appears on the cable news under his government credential, and has never once mentioned it on camera or in 62 minutes of public remarks. The organization that placed 40-plus people in the Biden administration appears in 0 of 1,600 think tank transcripts. Its own communication staff refused to confirm its funding source to a reporter. It received $2.4 million from that funder during the years it claimed to be dissolved. It spent $742,000 on events during its dormant year, double of what it was spent on events the year it was publicly operational. And its co-founder, on tape, admits the entire project only succeeded because of the pandemic. They are meeting at the same hedge fund office. They are funded by the same family. They are already hiring for the next cycle. Rhodes said it himself, quote, the next Democratic administration should look quite different from the Biden administration, end quote. But the people planning it are the same people who ran the last one. End of story. Great article. Data Republican.
Bravo.
Let's press 47 for Data Republican, guys. Wow.
Bravo in outlining it. Bravo in calling it out. And bravo in doing it in a way that gets some attention to it with some really stunning graphics. The graphics were excellent in that article to show you how the money is moving. This is exactly the same as Arabella Advisors. The way that it's structured and organized, there's no difference in this whatsoever. This is a systemic issue, and it has to do with all of the fraud that we have in our system, and we can eliminate it. This is not something that is hard to overcome, but it takes knowing it, right? You got to have the information, and you've got to be animated with the information. In other words, you have to tell people that it's going on, and it's very hard to tell people it's going on if you don't understand it. I think that gives you an amazing overview to recognize what it is that we are saying about how, number one, there's not going to be another Democratic presidential administration.
Not with everything being exposed, Shady.
No.
And again, I'd like to just let you guys, it's worth remembering, May 13th, 2018, Shady. Look at that. Wow.
Today's May 12th, 2026.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, this is very, very awesome, guys. It's interesting that she posted it 2 days ahead of the Delta of 2019, May 13th. Isn't that interesting? But look at that. Ben Rhodes, Jake Sullivan. There they all are. And I even had, look at that, guys. We had this. So Q isn't just about
JFK Jr., Shady.
Yeah. Yeah. We know what we're talking about. Now you know why we're so censored. And that echo chamber that they're talking about stifled us, the same people, the same organizations.
They're doing it now. They're doing it now with all this InfoWars crap, like everything. They're trying to block us out. They don't want a positive message reaching anybody's ears. That's why we need you. I mean, if you know people that are caught up or lost in this stuff and you don't feel like you have the time to explain it to them, send them to us. We will answer questions. We'll interact with anybody. And it's very interesting how through all of the different correspondence that we got recently, how people have said exactly that. Yeah. We're not throwing stuff out there so that you can have to sift through it. We are sifting through all the BS and showing you what's actually happening and what Donald Trump's agenda is and how what he's doing is perfectly aligning with what it was that we decided to do a show in support of. These different things, like if all the people that, like for instance, the Iran thing, everybody's saying, "Oh, we didn't sign up for no forever war in Iran." Nobody ever said that. I will see a forever war in Iran, but I can guarantee you that if you had asked us before any of this happened, do you think Donald Trump's going to actually do something with Iran? Well, Patel Patriot was over there. He was like, Donald Trump's not going to do anything. The MG show would have told you that, yes, Donald Trump is going to get rid of the mullahs. He's going to weaken the regime to the point where the people of Iran can stand up and take over their country. You're currently seeing that happen. How do we know that and other people don't? We're not prophets. We read the information and we know that there's no other way. There's no other way to defeat Iran. You can't defeat a country that is selling thousands of gallons of oil on ghost to China all the time.
Who really runs Iran?
Exactly.
It's not a country like you guys think it is. It is run by the rogue intel agencies, wanting you to be booga 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 afraid.
Correct.
And if you guys still confused about what's really happening, watch the MG show for clarity, Shady Groove.
We'll give you some.
Look at that.
Serving up a heaping helping daily.
Yeah. Please, guys. Appreciate you. You guys are amazing. And I don't see a Rumble Premium or anything like that. Let me just do a refresh real quick just to see. But this is a huge show, guys. I'm going to go ahead and, let's hope that this one gets picked up by Rumble because it's a great thread by Data Republican. But there's a lot of different stuff happening, Shady Groove. It's so much. We got, President Trump is heading over to China, guys. Let's pray for his, obvious, being okay. We got, I always worry, Shady, but we know God's got this, right?
Well, there's very interesting. We were actually discussing this today that Donald Trump is taking Marco Rubio with him on this trip because, as you mentioned earlier, that Marco Rubio was restricted from ever being in China.
Yeah, he was put on the list of people that can never come to China, and President Trump says, "Hold my F-bomb jar."
We're gonna fly him in over the border, sir.
On
drop
Air
him into
Force
Beijing.
One, baby.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I think, okay, so, let's go into a little bit of an overview of this. I just want everybody to understand the negotiating position that we are in with China is unlike anything we've ever seen. The reason that the Rand Pauls, the Thomas Massey, the Marjorie Taylor Greens, the reason all these people are pulling their hair out, it has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It has nothing to do with Epstein. It has nothing to do with Israel. It has something to do with China. It has to do with China. China is the reason. China is where they made their investments. You see, people like Ron and Rand Paul tell you that they are all pro-America and end the Fed and all this rhetoric, but in all reality, they thought that America was going to end. They thought that Hillary Clinton was going to end it. So they invested heavily in the Kissinger project. They invested heavily in China. So all of their assets are currently tied up in China. Well, China's got some issues, Jeff. You see, they need oil, and China can't get no Venezuelan oil, and China can't get no Iranian oil on the Ghost fleet. So all of a sudden, their diesel engines aren't turning on. They won't turn over. They won't run on water. I'm really sorry. I'm not sure how you're going to take over Taiwan with a bunch of ships that you don't have anything to run them on. Now, Donald Trump flies to China. Now, the real negotiation starts. Now, the world is going to see the new world order is in the crapper, and the golden age is right around the corner.
Yeah. It's awesome, man.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Also, the mainstream news and all the shills are worried about Donald Trump making our reflecting pond beautiful again, Shady.
They don't want that, sir. They want it to be a fiasco.
And he did it for much less than $34 million. Here's Obama. Check it out, Shady.
Being just cleaned and opened up a month ago. Looks like nothing was done. It's real nasty.
The pool was closed for almost 2 years and underwent a $34 million renovation project.
It'd be nice if it was clearer water so that one could reflect without seeing the algae.
The first thought was, oh, that's kind of nasty.
Being just cleaned and
Yeah, so stick it. Where did the $34 million go?
They made it worse. They took something that was bad and they made it worse intentionally because they wanted it to smell like a sewer. They wanted it to be a cesspool because that's what they think of you. Okay. Donald Trump wants it to be clean. He wants it to reflect. He wants you to see yourself in the water whenever you walk up to it. Why? Because you're exceptional, because you're excellent, because you have a standard that is that above anyone else's. You need to replace that. We all need to stand up. Forget the cynicism. Forget throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Forget all the times you're going to say, oh, it's just, let's go along to get along. No, chart your own path. Recognize that your individualism is your power. You are in control of your future. And if you have a nasty cesspool of a reflection pool when you go to DC, you're not even going to see yourself.
Yeah. Wow. Shady, look at this. This is hilarious. I just noticed this. President Trump right here. I'm very much looking forward to my trip to China, an amazing country with a leader, President Xi, respected by all. Great things will happen for both countries. President Donald J. Trump, 555. JD? We are with you is 555. And 1755 is, are we live? Do it.
Are we live?
China. 5-minute delay, message sent.
Uh-oh. 3 second Dan is at it again.
Oh my God.
Are we live? Oh, yes, sir. We are live.
We do it live.
Thank you for checking. We still have a few minutes left if you'd like to stop in and say hi to everybody. Are we live? Good
Are we
God.
live? Look at it says that, Shady.
I know.
And then the only thing missing is DEWIT. Do it.
Do it.
Yeti, did you write that, Yeti?
Are we live? Are we live?
I tell you what. Wow. We also got some interesting news, too, keeping an eye on Cuba. There was an article. Look at this. These are the Cuban sorties, if you will. There's been a lot of flights, 25 plus U.S. intelligence flights off Cuba since 2014, February 4th, 2026, using the exact same aircraft that prepped ops in Venezuela, before Maduro fell, and Iran, before the bombers. This isn't random. It's deliberate pressure on the communist regime, 90 miles from Florida, same playbook, third country, Shady. But these are the P-8A Poseidons, the RC-135 Rivet Joint, and the MQ-4C Triton drones, hugging within 40 miles of Habana and Santiago de Cuba before February. Rare as hell now. Daily Signal. I mean, look at this. The U.S. intelligence gathering intelligence, guys. Look at this. Wow. Look at the machinery we got, Shady. You don't want that flying around your country. I'll tell you that, okay? And then the pattern is crystal clear. Visible flights are warnings, guys. Trump softened Venezuela, hit Iran when ready. Cuba's next. That's what's happening. No more tolerating these Marxist dictatorships exporting chaos to you here in America, Shady. This is crazy, isn't it?
I think this is amazing because what it's going back to the policy of John Kennedy. And this is very
Trump Roe doctrine.
Effectively, yes, exactly. Because, think about the Cuban Missile Crisis. And, whenever you dig into the Cuban Missile Crisis, what you learn is it was a lot like Watergate. It was all made up. And the reason is because they needed communist regime 60 miles off the American shore so that they could further their propaganda and also further their takeover, if you will, of governments, of foreign governments so that they could utilize them to attack America. Well, guess what, Cuba? It's very interesting, Jeff. It's very interesting how these countries don't really have any power whenever they don't have any oil. And whenever you cut off their oil, they don't have any power. But we've been feeding oil to all of these entities Iran and all these different ones have been feeding their oil to the system and building them up and then acting like they're somehow an enemy and nobody knows what's going on. It's almost like they're playing games with us and trying to make us be afraid for no reason and stuff.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. It's just interesting, Shady, how, we do this show every day and every show is a banger with new information and Q is just out there. It's happening. The Q proofs are happening, Shady, and I'm proud.
We've been, because we're proud to be Americans.
Yeah.
Because the Trump administration is doing the things that you would do. At the end of the day, this has nothing to do with Q. This has to do with the things that you want done in your country.
Yeah.
You simply posted what you were thinking. Q said the things that we wanted. Q said that this is the direction we're going to go. And these people are going to tell you that we're not going in this direction. They're going to tell you that what we're doing has something to do with something else. They're going to tell you that we are this and we are that and you are this and you are that and deplorable moments and all these different things. All the sky is falling chicken little. Every piece of it's going to come at you because the system that we're taking part is a corrupt temple. It is the whole corrupt temple. The corrupt temple is called the whatever you want to call it. They write about it in books and they tell you all these different things.
They denied it though before it was actually there. I mean,
they did. Yeah, but
I remember doing a video in 2010 saying, they're saying the New World Order is a conspiracy, and I put all these people saying New World Order.
Yeah, but that's a completely different era, sir. That was a time whenever they weren't being proud of their New World Order. You see, as time progresses, the incrementalism gets you to a point where then you become proud of the thing that it is that you protect.
Yeah, gotcha. Pretty interesting. Shadow government exposed today, again, right here on the MG show. Also interesting about Cuba, no Republican has ever spoken to me about Cuba, which is a failed country and only heading in one direction, down. Cuba is asking for help, and we are going to talk. In the meantime, I'm off to China, President DJT. Look at that.
It's getting ready to end. We are getting communism out of our hemisphere. It ends. It ends with just imagine. You guys have no idea. Cuba, it's an amazing place.
Yeah.
It could really be an amazing place.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and the people are great. I, worked with them in Doral in Miami area, and they're great people, and they love Trump.
Well, the history there too. You want to talk about even way back. There's history in Cuba that is connected to the ancient world that predates Columbus, believe it or not. Havana is a very, very, very ancient site underneath the current city.
Very interesting.
It is.
Yeah, so we got that. We got bigger than Watergate posts. Let's just look at this one real quick, and we'll head out of here.
All right.
Agencies to illegally spy on the Trump campaign.
Lucas Tomlinson in Washington with more. Lucas.
Good early morning, Carly and Todd. This report from Substack citing multiple unnamed sources claims the U.S. intelligence community asked foreign spy agencies to help spy on more than 24 associates of Donald Trump in the run-up to the 2016 election. It reads in part, quote, President Barack Obama's CIA director, John Brennan, had identified 26 Trump associates for the Five Eyes to target. A source confirmed that the IC had identified them as people to bump or make contact with or manipulate. They were targets of our own IC and law enforcement, targets for collection and misinformation. Now, the Five Eyes nations are the U.S., UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Here's one of the reporters, Michael Schellenberger, who spoke to Jesse Waters last night.
If this binder
and this is a Q proof
what
too, guys.
we have been told that it contains, which may include raw intelligence, information showing that the U.S. government, the CIA and the intelligence community of the U.S. government, initiated the Russia collusion hoax, that it did not occur in the way that the official story, including the Durham investigation, had portrayed it, then that's extremely serious information.
The report was released at this.
So we knew all about that, and then this is Agent Miami, bigger than Watergate, right? 1972, the biggest scandal in U.S. history. Crickets, fake news, desperate to shelter. Define shelter: a place where giving temporary protection from bad weather or danger. I mean, wow, Shady.
Worse than Watergate.
It's worse than Watergate.
And it's like Watergate was fake. This is real. That's another thing about the whole thing. You know, Watergate was pretend. They were acting like that this was what was going on. They had sent those people down there to do that. They actually were even there knowing. I believe they announced that they were going. They intended to get caught so that they could smear the presidency. You have no idea how far these networks will go. They'll do crazy stuff. They'll let themselves be put in jail. They'll let their family members be taken out. People that are being blackmailed will do some of the craziest things that you have ever seen people do.
That's right. That's right. Wow, guys. What a great show today, Shady Groove. Thank you, Yeti.
Sir.
This one is for the books. It's a major Q proof all the way through. I've got more pesky Q proofs as well, but this one was a big one, guys. This is the shadow government, the shadow presidency of Barack Hussein Obama, all funded by the people that have foundations and institutes for a reason. Stupid. And it's all being exposed on the MG show since 2018 on Q Lounge Live. The first show, was our first show on the 1st of January 2019, around there? I think so.
Our first show here was 2019 in January. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The first Matrix Groove Hour.
And that's how long we've been exposing this. But the
About an
same
hour.
group that we're just talked about wanted us off the internet. Pretty interesting, is it?
We've only been doing this for an hour. How long? Matrix
2 hours, Shady.
2 hours. I'd like to say to all of you, thank you for everything. And I'd like to also say to find your inspiration. Look inside you. Take away all this nonsense. Find your inspiration. Find what it is that animates you and go in that direction. You are going to be successful if you do that. If you decide to go in the direction you're being led, not so much. But if you go in the direction that your inner inspiration is guiding you to go, you will cherish that decision for the rest of your life. All of us are being guided. All of us are important. All of us have a say in this, and all of us can navigate through the confusion if we slow down and don't let the things that get you emotional in. Just pay attention to everything and let your inspiration move you through what's in front of you.
That's right. And humanity is good. And everybody will wake up to the truth one day. Vindication, one day at a time, right here on the MG Show. God bless you, Yeti. Thank you, Shady. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe to the Substack, MG Show Substack. Get over there. Like it. Make a comment for us. Don't forget to listen to this episode on Spotify, guys. We got Spotify back. The same group we were talking about got us off Spotify. All right. And we're back. And we're on YouTube. Hey, YouTube, why don't you monetize us once, you hacks? Shady.
Yeah, I agree. And look, I'm leaving you links to that app. You need to get that app on your phone. If you get the app, you can find the Substack, you can find the Spotify, you can find the Rumble, you can find the YouTube, you can find the Twitter, you can find the True Social, you can find donate links. Oh my goodness, it is an amazing day. Everything is awesome.
App.mg.show. See you tomorrow.
When the drops
drops began, whispers crossed the wires. Threads of truth unraveling, lighting the fires. From the heartland fields to the mountains of Tibet, people feeling something shifting, no longer willing to submit. No more chains unseen, the matrix starts to crack. Eyes opening wide, no turning back. They tried to keep us sleeping, divided, lost in fear, but the signal's getting stronger, crystal clear. Humanity rising up, breaking through the night. Q lights the way, turning darkness into light. Trump and the plan for the people, hand in hand, from every shore, every child, every land. We are waking, we are one, humanity. The storm is here, setting the captives free. From the streets of Tehran to the favelas glow, farmers in the heartland standing tall. They know no more endless wars, no more hidden hands. Children safe again across these lands. And arms marching not with guns but keyboard, decoding the lies spun by the evil horde. The great awakening spreads like fire in the wind. Borders can't contain what's rising from within. Humanity rising up, breaking through the night. Q lights the way, turning darkness into light. Trump and the plan for the people, hand in hand, from every shore, every child, every land. We are waking, we are one, humanity. The storm is here, setting the captives free. Where we go one, we go all. The word still echoes strong. Not left, not right, but humanity's song. No king, no throne, just truth for the rise. Millions standing ready with open eyes. Humanity, whoa, humanity, whoa, humanity. Humanity rising up, claiming back the light. You and the faithful turning wrongs into right. Jump for the world, every heart, every fight. Love over hate in the day and the night. We are waking, we are free. Humanity is yet to come. Where we go, one, we go. Humanity, 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 humanity. Oh, the storm has come, and we are the calm.
The MG Show. The alternative to InfoWars. www.mg.show. Boom.